Welcome and thank you for joining me for another episode of In Right Standing, a podcast for the unique, peculiar, and chosen who want to live right and at the end of the day, be in right standing with themselves, with life, and with others. I'm your host, Jada Cofield, and on today's episode, I want to talk to you about a new series entitled The Types of Women, starting with the beloved woman versus the boastful woman. Did you know the state of a union is usually a reflection of the state of the women in that nation, whether good or bad? What I'm about to discuss is an accumulation of teachings, observations, and study from my over 25 years as an ordained minister, a sister, a friend, a daughter, and woman, coupled with my travels and living throughout the world. I want to share my mistakes and triumphs as a woman and the wisdom imparted in me by other women, men, and life that helped me succeed. This conversation was further inspired when I was living in Southern Africa. I can truly say that at some point I've probably been just about every type of woman I'm going to discuss this season, and maybe you have too. Join me as we explore this topic of the types of women and find the treasures of becoming better and beautiful within and without. The first type of woman I would like to discuss with you is the beloved woman. In the Greek, beloved means much to love in a social or moral sense, to be a tender-hearted friend or greatly loved. Beloved women inspire change in the world and in individuals. Her destiny chooses her just as much as she chooses it. They are humble, relatable, daring, brave, and bold. Beloved women are led with the eyes of their heart. Examples of beloved women for some may be Princess Diana, Michelle Obama, or Mother Teresa. And my beloved woman is my mother. And be sure to share in the comments with me who yours is. These women adore the family unit. They have a beautiful ability to pull people together as repairers of the breach. They live for their children or are often burdened with a passion for children, young adults, and those in need. Beloved women will stand up for what they believe and fight for those who are less fortunate or the underdogs. Because of this love, she has a tremendous amount of patience for humanity and can give voice to the voiceless. She usually has an uncanny ability to cross bipartisan lines to accomplish her fight, a rebel with a cause. Beloved women see the needs and can feel the pulse and desire of hurting people. Gratefulness is her tagline. They are trendsetters when it comes to humanity and purpose. Beloved women are timeless and unforgettable. They go down in history as great examples and cannot be replaced. Each one of their processes to becoming beloved is different. Their testimony usually plays out in front of people as they become true shining stars. They are beautiful beyond the external and touchable. Beloved women are not just a pretty face. No, she refuses to be served, but in return insists on being the one who serves or who celebrates others. These are ladies who give and touch and serve in soup kitchens, in church, out of church, in the community, out of the community. They touch the sick and go into the trenches of death, if necessary, even while wearing their crown or being of high status. In public, you will see them being the servant, non-boastful, and sharing servanthood with their children and those who work with them. Their passion reveals who they are and not their position. Beloved women are often experience public scrutiny for their bold and non-conventional approach to their status. But beloved women always seem to prove their critics wrong as she rises above hearsay even higher. They write their own narrative of life while understanding the power of voice and power of change for the greater good. They choose not to judge but love people, for it is the noble thing to do. Beloved women despise injustice. True lovers at heart who try to maximize love as much as possible, adamant about doing and treating others right. These are the types of women who become the face of a nation, organization, and brand. You want her as a friend, a team player, and life sustainer. The whole process of her life has shaped her influence, leadership, and example she will be and is to others. When you first meet her, she's graceful, kind, influential, compassionate, and most importantly, concerned about you. The beloved woman understands good mental health and hygiene. She's embraced the importance of taking care of herself. She knows how to help those and get the help she needs. Their challenges in life have become the key to their generosity and kindness. I do believe the beloved woman is chosen before birth. It is her lot in life. She does not wake up and say, I want people to adore and serve me and see that I am a star. Nope. What she has experienced and seen in her life will forever leave an impression upon her to use her position as power to give and serve rather than be seen and take. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the beloved woman. I am the beloved with this. So as God's own chosen people who are holy and set apart and sanctified for his purpose and well beloved by God himself, put on a heart of compassion and kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, which has the power to endure whatever injustice or unpleasantness comes with good temper. Now, let's change gears. Did you know that soccer players from other countries are often told by coaches, go play soccer or what they call football a year in America, then come back to their home nation to play? And the reason being, most players in other countries are taught how to play as a team and a group. And when the managers want them to learn how to rise as a star, individually break out, and self-exalted type of playing, you guessed it, they send them here to the U.S. because we are known for our grandiose, boastful appearance of success and individualism, which brings me to another type of woman, the boastful woman. Boasting, to be proud in vanity or in possession. A boastful woman usually has no patience with herself, others, or God, and despises any type of waiting and process. She usually takes matters into her own hands and orchestrates her own success. She boasts on social media or in public, and in public, this woman is fashionably late. She must make her entrance and wants to be escorted to her seat. She comes in with her stuff and her appearance is grand and boastful. And she likes to be the baddest chick in the room with an inflated sense of pride about herself. On social media, she posts of what she has accomplished or has by posting her, let's say, relationships and marriage and her engagement and anniversary and her wedding, her birthday, her baby shower, graduation, and any social outings, events she hosts, and speaking engagements, and her travel schedule. You name it, she posted. She's extremely celebratory. She posts gifts and famous people, her children, clothing, cars, shoes, her workout, her body, her scents, waist, Christmas tree, and presents. Through all of this type of posting, she lacks the compassion for others around her who may not have what she has, or how this could cause one to stumble by encouraging vanity and the need for validation instead of valor, virtue, and value. Her excuses, it's not my fault they don't have it, or I'm not going to downplay my life, or I'm posting so they can be encouraged to hustle and grind or believe God like I have. Unlike the beloved, she serves no one. She wants to be idolized and served. While you also have those who always post the good things they're doing, like posting, today we fed the homeless, or we took food to the nursing home. Excuse me, ladies, we're supposed to do that. And then you have those who boast by their testimony. Their testimony boasting is in order to receive sympathy, attention, money, or to prove others wrong. There's a very significant difference between surviving something, which means you're out, but you still have the wounds, scars, hatred, and bad attitudes and trauma bond, versus having overcome. Overcoming takes time. Overcoming shows no signs and all is restored. Your boasting is lacking wisdom, compassion, healing, and timing, all while using the gospel or look at what God did to really showcase yourself and your ability to be unlike any other and special. There is a set time, my friend, for your testimony, but don't be tempted to tantalize with your testimony. It will lead to treachery. Boastful people make everything a story. Boastful women are I-centered. Look at me. I am the epitome of success, while all along suffering from an identity crisis, even though they boast as if they know exactly who they are. Having no identity means you have no purpose, and this type of woman will lead you nowhere. She's what I call a noun. People, places, and things identify her. According to Dr. Caroline Leaf, a world-renowned pathologist and cognitive neuroscientist, says the number one reason for the current identity crisis we face in the world today is that social media creates envy and conflict because you, my friend, make a lousy someone else. Further studies have shown that 60% of girls who, after looking at social media, hate their bodies. So that's for all of those of you who say, oh, I'm building my brand or ministry, when in actuality, boastful people are hurting their community and their own. You end up building people on hype and things and not the core of your business or ministry. And I'm not saying you cannot be on social media. And I'll say it again. I am not saying you cannot be on social media. And I'm not talking about you if you're a legitimate fashion, travel, or lifestyle blogger. What I'm saying is a boastful woman's post and behavior is a lifestyle with no temperance and moderation or self-restraint. She's driven by her own lust and desire to excel and look accomplished. And unlike the beloved woman, her thoughts are not with or for the least of these. Jesus, as one commentator says, was always for the lost, the last, and the least. And whatever the current trend is, she's it. She's a culture vulture at best. Externally, she appears to be productive, but internally a sluggard at growing, learning, being patient, and obeying the voice of the Holy Spirit. And sadly, boastful women often create clubs and cliques and hashtag followings that perpetuate a spirit of exclusivity. She has fans and followers, but no transformed, renewed disciples. The boastful are skilled at hustling their own. They are show-offs who isolate their following to themselves in the group. She can sometimes be likened to the black widow spider. And black widows, aka cobweb weavers, are considered the most venomous spider in North America. Their venom is reported to be 15 times stronger than a rattlesnake, and they are highly poisonous. Black widows typically live where grapes or the vines grow. Her web of deception and entrapment is for the weak-minded or elect who are fooled. Eating for a black widow is not accomplished in the way you may think. You are digested by her. A black widow injects enzymes into their victim, and then after assimilation is underway, they suck out all the goodies. So in other words, once they get you to like them and in their web, they begin to start extracting from you your self-esteem, your money, your praise, your purpose, your time. You get my point. Boastful person's process of entrapment is strategically planned. They allure, then captivate, and then capture. She is a jealous woman and extremely competitive. Her definition of jealousy is always look at me, the victim of great success. At best, she is a professional performer who creates her own stage, and you are the audience even though you did not buy a ticket or ask to come. Boastful people are masters of perception management. They post or act out in public exactly what they want you to see and believe, and they have conditioned and trained those around them to do the same. They are greedy to succeed, win, look good, rise above others, and be the best. This is not your normal goal setter or life achiever. My mother taught me a valuable lesson in boastfulness and walking in true godly character. In 1995, I had made homecoming court, and hundreds were in the stands, and it was being broadcast on local TV. And after I had been crowned the queen of the school, I made my way to the stands where my mother was sitting. And to the shock and surprise of those around her, they did not know I was her daughter until I greeted her. I was shocked. But I realized in that moment, my mother had clapped for me like she clapped for all the others. And she sat quietly and listened to the accolades others made about me. She did not have to boast by saying anything or shouting, "That's my baby," or "Look at this," or tagging and all of those things. Her work as a mother was speaking for itself. Success speaks loudly enough without you adding any sound to it. I encourage boastful women to learn that healing starts with being patient with oneself and letting God create you, and stop trying to create yourself. Asking yourself, who am I really and what is my exact purpose in life? The boastful need to heal from the sense of feeling ignored, abandoned, and alone, which causes you to feel you must generate attention in a fabricated anointing. Most of the young women I counsel and mentor, I must tell them to go on a 30-day social media consecration just so we can get to the core of things. And the truth is, they feel as if they don't have anything to boast about because everyone else is. Sometimes you need to clean your feed and delete. One needs to confess and renounce her self-denial of how she is addicted to fame. Her goal should be to become a better woman. She needs to take a complete hard stop and look approach at herself. Stop hiding and running from the full process of Christ and not be half-baked. Stop aborting and start becoming. I'll end with this. Don't let the wise brag or boast of their wisdom. And don't let heroes brag of their exploits. And do not let the rich brag or boast of their riches. If you boast of this and this only, that you understand and know me. I am God and I act in loyal love. I do what's right and set things right and fair and delight in those who do the same. These are my trademarks, or for those of you, that's his brand. Thank you for listening. And remember, at the end of the day, I want you to be in right standing with yourself, with others, and most importantly, with Christ. Until next time, the Lord be with you and be sure to share. Bye.